No, 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 no.
Thanks, Dave. Because I always wanted to reek of bamboo and bliss. Come on. What is going on?
Well, I was here, I was coming to meet you, and then there was the noise and the man, and he had the mask, and so I went and I hid in the window because I safe space. I needed a safe space. I didn't know what to do.
What did the man look like?
Freddy Krueger?
Freddy Krueger didn't wear a mask, Dave. Let's just go talk about this video.
One.
Merlin, what are you doing here?
Huh?
What are you doing here?
I'm just doing what I was asked to do, which is fix the leaky ceiling.
And who asked you to do that?
Well, Tony Kidder, he is the president of SVP.
What? No, he's not. Who told you that? What? I don't get it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Stoughton Village Players annual meeting, COVID edition. On behalf of the entire SVP Board of Directors, I would like to thank you for coming tonight. My name is Tony Ketter, and I am president of the board.
No, you're not.
What?
You're not president anymore.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I won that election clearly. It may have been the hugest victory in the history of community theater elections anywhere in the world.
Buddy, not only did you not win the election, there wasn't an election. You stepped down, remember?
That is clearly fake news spread by the Never Ketter media elite. Probably that shifty Dan Pruer giving the Courier Hub false press releases again. Well, anyway, if I had run, I would have won by a landslide. Everyone knows that whole election was a complete fraud. It was totally rigged. I mean, look at the names of the members who voted in it. Ole Olson, Lars Larson, Lena Linnerud. Are those even real people? And then look at these names. Rugna, Hilder, Torvald. Sounds like a lot of foreign election interference from the King and Queen of Norway, if you ask me. And then on top of that, what about all those absentee voters from Utica? Those people probably didn't even have to show any ID. Do people in Utica even have driver's licenses? Do they even drive? I've been to Utica on a Friday for fish, and let me tell you, that's a pretty dicey crowd out there.
TK, give it up, buddy. You got to let Tracy do her job. You're not president anymore.
Fine. I'll go to Florida, maybe become president of the Mar-a-Lago Village Players. Hey, Amy, where are those golf clubs of mine?
Hey, I have a complaint.
Oh, what is it?
I want to know why I've never been elected to the Village Players Board.
Well, for one thing, you'd be more likely to get votes if you actually run as a candidate.
Oh, in that case, I demand a recount.
Okay, I'll take note of that. In the meantime, could you tell us what has been going on in this 100-year-old building of ours?
Paul's been doing a lot of work, so he'd be able to help me out here.
Okay, Polly, are you here?
I'm here.
Oh, sorry, we didn't know you were in there.
That's okay. Come on in.
Oh, no, we'll wait till you're finished.
No, I insist. Come on in.
Dave, do you think we should go in?
That's a tough one, Tracy. Hey, maybe we could form a committee. Can we do that?
We are in charge. We can form a committee.
How many members do you think we need for a committee like this?
I don't know, 3 or 4 should be enough.
And we wonder why board meetings take 6 hours.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, we're making some changes to the opening for the men's bathroom.
Great. What else is going on?
We're planning on making this more handicap friendly by installing a pocket door right here.
And when we opened the wall, we discovered the plumbing for a drinking fountain.
Oh, we have issues with roof leaks, but otherwise it's pretty much the maintenance you'd expect in an old building.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate all you guys do in the physical space, but there's also a lot going on in our theater virtually and outside, too. Right, Mikey?
Sure have, Dave. You know, Linda Coons has continued working on our website, keeping it updated as best she can, given all the changes we've had to the shows we planned on doing, and then canceled, and then scheduled again. Even without having shows going on, I've been thinking about our ticketing process.
Please share your thoughts.
I think we should look into Show Tix for You. It looks like it's really easy to set up an event. They provide a link, which we put out on our website, and that's what people click on to order tickets for our shows.
Oh, I've used Showtix for You when ordering tickets for Stoughton High School's productions.
Oh, hey, speaking of our alma mater, SVP gives a $1,000 scholarship to a student each year chosen by the scholarship committee.
Yeah, I went to that scholarship presentation a few years ago. I don't remember there being that many scholarships when we were at Stoughton High.
There weren't that many classrooms or wings at the high school back then either. That place has really changed.
I know, right? But the last time I was at Stoughton High, you know, remember those pictures, those long pictures we got of our classes on the bleachers? Well, ours were still there. Yours, I believe, was the last one. My sister's was not because she was too old.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the scholarship. The 2020 scholarship went to Evan Jensen.
I'm thrilled it went to such an awesome kid who joined us multiple times in shows here at SVP. And you know, his mom went to Stoughton High as well.
That's right. And you know, we did something else to help others this past year.
Yes, we did. Let's go to Kathy and Georgine to learn more about that.
Thanks, Mikey. Thanks, Tracy. We were doing some grant writing this year and come to find out that everybody else needs money, so we thought, well, maybe we'll back off for a year and let somebody else have some money for a change. We decided to do something for the community instead of the community always doing stuff for us.
Yeah.
So we decided to do a food pantry drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, I thought we were gonna have to cook the food too, and I'm not a very good cook, so that wasn't gonna work very well. But then Georgine tells me, we don't have to cook, we just have to collect the stuff and take it down to the food pantry.
Yeah.
So we started, and in about 4 months, we got almost 600 pounds of food.
Yeah.
We have some very lovely people out of town too, who couldn't drive their food here because it was like 200 and 300 miles, so they didn't want to drive that far. So they sent us some checks. And rather than keep them for us, we gave it to the food pantry. And they were very, very appreciative. Every day we brought the food inside the lobby because the food pantry didn't want us coming down there every day because of COVID, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was not only food, but it was toiletries, and it was laundry soaps, and fresh vegetables from people's gardens.
And we didn't have to get toilet paper.
No. What the heck are you doing?
What? I'm just getting a drink.
Go away, Merlin.
But working in the dressing room is hard work.
Go away, Merlin.
Oh, just shut it off. The way our finances are, we probably won't be around here much longer anyway.
The way the finances are, we're doing okay, aren't we?
I'm sure we're doing just fine.
Do we have to ask him?
No. I'm sure we're doing just fine.
But shouldn't we ask him?
Probably.
You go ahead. You first. No, really. After you.
No, thanks. treasurer since like the Nixon administration. Can you tell us, with all the projects happening and with this year's pandemic and no income, is there still money left in the treasury?
Finances? Let me take a look. Heat, electricity, insurance, taxes, maintenance, and as of today, we have in our treasury $37,851.14. We're doing great, but we can't go on like this forever with no income coming in.
Well, then we better go do some shows.
Kids.
Do you remember what happened last year?
Oh my God, yeah. Ugh, that was such a hard call to make.
Shutting down a show right before opening weekend? Man, that was the hardest thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, but hey, The Foreigner finally gets to go on.
You know it, and to think we get to go on with the same cast as before, with just a few changes in roles.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I'll bet that Sam D. White is happy to be back in person directing a show. I mean, I know he's been like super busy like this summer, doing a lot of online and virtual stuff though.
I know I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so glad we got to keep the setup, though there's still a lot of stuff to be done.
Well, I mean, the show is opening September 9th, so I'm pretty sure we have enough time.
September? We don't usually have shows in September, do we?
Well, yeah, like I said before, Mr. Sammy D. White, he is a busy, busy man. Yeah, that was the only time he had available. But it's okay, because Dave and Tracy are putting together a super awesome variety show for the Victorian Holidays weekend this December.
More in-person stuff? That's so exciting.
Oh, yeah, and it's just going to keep going. Angie has more on what's to come.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, indeed, we do have more coming up. At the Play Reading Committee, we have looked at many different plays for the upcoming year. And now we have Stephanie Roby here to tell us about our show that we have scheduled for March 2022. Stephanie?
Thank you, Angie. The show coming up in March is called Angel Street, and it's a creepy mystery set in the 1920s. It'll leave audiences guessing who is the bad guy, who is the good guy, who is telling the truth, and what is going on. I hope you'll join us. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Stephanie. That sounds riveting. At the Play Reading Committee, we have lots of different ways that we decide on shows for the upcoming seasons.
Do tell.
I will. Number 1, sometimes we have directors come to us with ideas of plays that they would like to direct, and then we look at those shows. 2, sometimes we have ideas of a theme for a year or certain shows that we would like to do that maybe we haven't done in a while, and we come up with ideas for those. 3, sometimes we just need lots of different ideas to start with, and people give us ideas and we read lots and lots of plays in the Play Reading Committee.
That sounds fascinating, Angie.
Thank you, Stephanie. It really is. And now, let's go to Dan in the prop room.
Okay.
Where's Dan?
Oh, he's not here.
Dan? And now to Dan in the prop room.
Dan!
I'll help you find Dan. Dan!
Merlin, I'm in here! Boy, are you lost? You're supposed to be in the prop room.
Merlin, this is the props room. This is what we call the props room annex. So the cool thing about the theater is that we could just go into any areas that we find and make something out of them. And this room is called the annex. and it has lots of costumes that Mary has over here, and it has lots of props that we're just starting to fill in here to create some space. And this is something I thought we'd never have, empty shelves, something we can use in the future. And these shelves, built by our master carpenter, Jeff Horton, who custom built them exactly the size we wanted them to fill floor to ceiling with all the space we need. So anyway, we've got some things in here, we got some things there, and the cool thing about it is that nobody could get to this room. It was full of junk, there were walls, we had to break through walls, concrete, use jackhammers, we had to fill in floors here that had big holes for vents that were no longer used. So this annex is an awesome room that we never had access to until about a year ago. Tons of people helped. Thanks to everybody, the annex lives.
Merlin, would you please come and help me put the dishes away?
Hey, look, you guys, you might as well just go home. There's no hurry.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to do a Sutton to My show this year. Again.
You know, Arlene's right. There is no Sitting Am I this year, and there wasn't last year. But we had a show written. You know, it was written. It was ready to go. And then we were ready to do it again this year. And someone said, you know, those jokes are going to be a whole year old. So, I mean, you know, that might not work. And then somebody reminded me, you know, old jokes probably aren't going to disqualify any of our audience. So we're just going to go forward, and we're going to probably plan pretty much the same show next year. So Sitting Am I next year is on. So I can't tell you the plot. But the first thing I will tell you, and I'll give you a couple of hints, is the plot is beyond anything that we've done before. I will also tell you that our usual low humor is now high humor. And I will tell you that the special effects are out of this world. There you have it. I can't wait.
So that's what we've been doing all year. Some of the different things that have been happening around here, except there is one thing we didn't get to do.
Elections.
Yeah.
Elections for the Stoughton Village Players Board, which would normally happen at the annual meeting where we'd all be hanging out somewhere. This year, it's going to be a little different. We had 2 spots to fill on the board this year.
Well, we had 4 spots because Brooke Hauser and Tony Ketterer stepped down, so we had to fill their 2 spots along with putting Tony Hill and myself up for re-election.
So here we are with you 2 and nominees to fill a total of 4 spots.
Mm-hmm. So now we're back to the 13 people, and I think it's time to introduce the new board.
Now? We should do it now?
Absolutely. I think we should.
Well, here we are, friends. And I got to be honest, we're pretty excited. At this moment, we haven't been together as a board in person in over a year. This is the first time that we've all been back together. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. The SVP board is a working board, so we spend a lot of time in this building when we can, doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that you've gotten to see throughout this video. And this moment is a lot about introducing the new people that are going to join the board in 2021. But I just don't think we should move on to that yet without introducing all of these wonderful people and letting you know a little bit about what they do for SVP behind the scenes.
You may remember seeing him in room service, or you may have been under his direction in setting up my shows throughout the years. Tony Hill is currently treasurer of the board and one of the founding members, along with 11 other people tasked with creating an adult community theater group and with the help of some theater specialists at the university. Tony was part of forming the Stoughton Village Players back in 1972. Woo! A longtime member of Stoughton Village Players, this woman has been seen often in Setting My plays, and you may remember seeing her in Blithe Spirit. Georgine Pentel Nicholson serves on the board, helping with membership records, and is always willing to lend a helping hand whenever and wherever she is able.
Well, this woman has played many roles on many stages over the years she's been involved with Stoughton Village Players. But Kathy Horton shared her superior talent in a big way one summer in Collected Stories here on this stage. She serves on the board helping with grant writing, thank you card writing, and, well, just anything else she can. Well, and this guy rolled into membership at SVP a couple of decades ago. He may have sat through the whole show, but he did it well in The Man Who Came to Dinner. Dan Pruer now serves on the board, working hard to make us look good as he leads our marketing team.
You may remember seeing her in Proof, and then wondered where she had gone. We are all thankful she came on back to continue sharing her talents with us. Angie Gagliano serves on the board and leads the play reading committee.
Well, this woman was one of the very first people that I met when I got to Stoughton. Well, technically it was Tim and Hunter first, as we cleaned the theater together one Saturday morning. Tracy Markle has done a lot for this group. Many shows, including Crimes of the Heart. You all know her as our esteemed president, and she has guided us through these last months with all the grace and joy that you would expect. Tracy Markle. You may have laughed many times thanks to this guy. He's brought great talent to each of his different roles in various Sent to My shows over the years. Mikey Jarlsberg now serves on the board, helping wherever he can. He's recently taken on ticketing for our upcoming shows.
Nobody has crawled around our stage as well as this lady. You may remember seeing her do just that in Sylvia. Nicole Hale serves on the board helping with the website and is always ready to help out with lots of other things as well. Survey says this fantastic gentleman constructed and delivered a wonderful performance in Titanic. He has remained unsinkable in his role as vice president on the board. Dave Konauer also helps with the website and anything else he can here at Stoughton Village Players.
Well, her antics most definitely made you laugh if you were able to see this woman in nonsense. She is one actor you will never forget. Bethany Plimer serves on the board as our secretary and recently volunteered to help out with ticketing as well. Now this brother trucker graced our stage for the very first time in the show called Working. And staying true to the title of that show, he's been helping out SVP in many ways. Paul Shableski now serves on the board and supports Jeff Horton with building maintenance and renovations.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The introduction of our brand new board members for 2021. Woo!
And our very first one, Mr. Gary Smithback. Mr. Gary Smithback. Gary Smithback, ladies and gentlemen. He's a graduate of Stoughton High School who almost, but not quite immediately, became a village player and wowed local fans in Spoon River Anthology, early Norwegian folk comedies, Paint Your Wagon, and more. Whereupon he wandered through a drama desert for years before returning to SVP and soon joined 3 other nerdy writers of hijinks comedy. After having taken a sabbatical from the SVP board to become older and wiser, he is ready to be a really wise guy. It should come as a surprise to no one that acting and writing is something he loves. He knows that there are some great things in the future and that he'll not be able to make them happen if he's not on the SVP board.
And second, we have Chris Wise.
Chris! Oh, yeah.
Tony was bitten by the bug with the immortal line, "She's gone. She left this," from his 3rd grade play, Cinderella. Since that performance, he's appeared in or worked on over 70 productions in grade school, high school, college, and community theaters in Rockford, Stevens Point, Monroe, and Stoughton. His wife Deb chose to join him, or risk being a theater widow. His post-retirement second career involves acting in independent films, commercials, and television background roles. Having previously served on the Monroe Theater Guild Board and moving to Stoughton 5 years ago, he decided to throw his hat into the ring for the SVP board to lend a hand as needed.
Well, on behalf of President Tracy Markle and myself and all the rest of this board, thank you for joining us tonight for this special occasion. And at this moment, I'd like to introduce you all to our 2021-2022 Stoughton Village Players Board.
I miss him already.
But we will see you again very soon.
Okay, go.
This is where we're landing?
Who told you that?
We've had plenty of sorry.
And I'm going to tell you that, oh shoot, I screwed up this part. Oh shoot, what's the other joke?
We didn't do it at the same time. That was
No, don't.
Don't I leave?
Alright, so we're rolling whenever you want to start. I'm just gonna.
There's 6 clear right through. I'm sorry.
COVID. Are they recording right now?
Yes.
Alright, let's go.
What were we talking about?
And we wonder why board meetings take 6 hours.
Okay.
That a long time ago. Because it's all done over in the other door.
All for coming. My name is Tony Ketter, and I am president of the board.
Okay, right. Right, continuity.
I still didn't bend my knees.
I jumped into your space, so that didn't help.
One more time, I'm going to do big meeting this time.
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm going all in.